Anthony Hartwig here with a Western Reserve player profile on the softball diamond. I am joined by Hannah Heath. Hannah, thank you so much for coming on and joining us today on this interview.
Thank you for having me.
This is a Western Reserve team that is off and running so far this season, 13-0. So the first question for you is, what has been such a big contributor to the early success from your perspective?
I honestly think that our coaching staff came in and really pushed us hard to make sure we were in the weight room, make sure we were in the gym, getting swings in, taking reps. And I really think that the girls that are playing, I've played with since we were little. So we know how each other plays and we have like great bonds together. And it's just been so fun to be able to just spend all those hours in the gym with them and just get better.
Let's go through like the first couple stages of the season. Maybe you're 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. When did it start to set in with this team that okay, we're putting together something really special and we are really capable of doing really good things this year?
Um, Personally, I think that we didn't really get to the mindset of, wow, this is really going to be amazing until like more recently when it came to like tournament talk and like what the end of the season for us because we were just kind of having fun and playing and going out there and doing our best every single game. So we weren't really coming out with the mindset of we're going to be top dog all the time. It was just we're going to play hard and give it our all every game. And I think that's really the mindset that we needed coming into the season.
And talking about tournament talk, I know you guys still have a lot of important games in your schedule before you get to a tournament bracket, but you did get the one seed. I mean, when that came out and the poll came out and you saw that the area teams voted you guys as one, did that give you guys like some kind of somewhat of a confidence boost or a sense of excitement to know that like you're the one seed going into the district tournament?
Yes, it definitely did. We were definitely excited, but it also gave us a lot of motivation too because we know from here on out that any game that we play on the field, every team's going to come after us. Every team's going to want to beat us because we are undefeated and we're also now the one seed. So it just gave us that motivation to make sure that we're working hard in practices and always coming ready to go because everyone's going to want to beat us. Everyone's going to have a reason to beat us.
You still have a lot in front of you with games against Springfield left and games against McDonald, who are two teams who are trying to kind of fight you for that MVAC championship that is still kind of up in the air. When you look at the remaining part of your schedule and you look at how it's kind of worked out, where those teams are going to pop up before tournament time, how exciting is it to know that you're going to play some of the best teams that pop up on your schedule right before you head into districts?
It's honestly really exciting because you know that we're going to play some good competition right before tournament time, and I think that's exactly what we need. We need those good competitive games where we're pushing ourselves to make sure we're on the top of our game, and it's just going to get us ready for that next step of tournament play.
With all this nasty weather, you guys haven't been able to be on the field in a while. I think what one game in the last week or so. What's that been like for you guys? Itching to get back on the softball field and trying to put in the work, but also every time that a game gets canceled, I'm sure you get more and more anxious. Like, okay, we really want to get back to, playing.
Yeah, I kind of take um, each cancel with a little bit of both a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously, we want to play and get back on the field, but you also get to go and practice and get more reps in and just practice your craft of the game of softball. So you really have to take the positive and negatives of each side and just make sure that you're taking that practice time and imagining yourself playing in a game as you're hitting off the tee or as you're hitting off the machine, as you're fielding your ground balls, as you're throwing it. You just put yourself in those high pressure situations in practice. So then when you get in game time, it's like nothing.
We've seen a lot of teams take this time off or this weather to try to build some team bonding activities, try to build some team chemistry. Have you guys been doing that as well?
Every practice is basically a team bonding for us. We are always talking. We are always just having conversations and like water breaks. We're always talking, coach sometimes has to tell us to refocus up sometimes because we're talking too much, but it's really great. I mean, like I said earlier, these girls I've played with since we were little, and I've played, travel ball, rec ball, t-ball with most of these girls all my life. So we're just best friends on and off the field. So it's always a team bonding exercise.
You've been playing with these girls, like you said, your whole life, and now you're a senior at Western Reserve, and you realize that your career at Western Reserve, at least, is coming to an end, and your time with playing with these girls is starting to kind of become um, numbered. What's that been like for you, navigating those emotions, knowing that, okay, the season's starting to get, we're in May now, and the games are getting lower and lower?
I've honestly tried not to think about it too much because it makes me sad, but, I'm kinda just trying to cherish all the memories and just make sure that, I'm smiling and coming in with positive attitudes no matter what's happening, and just kind of enjoying all the little moments at practice and the games, and just making sure that all the girls are having fun because I know that these memories throughout high school are gonna last forever.
Even though you've been somewhat of a leader throughout the years past, every time you get to a senior year, you're asked to be even more of a leader. More responsibilities are put on your shoulders. How have you handled that, the leadership responsibilities of being a senior? How do you think you've been able to navigate that?
I think knowing the girls personally outside of just softball have definitely helped because I'm able to, you know, talk to each individual girl differently of like if someone's having a bad day or somebody's not doing well as they would like, I know specifically each girl and how to handle that situation. So I think that really helps. And just being able to be like motivational and sending like little group chats of it's game day and like let's go and like just being happy and making sure that they're all pumped up before we get there. That's really the biggest part.
You brought up earlier about how Coach Serinsky came in this year and really raised the standard of this program and got you guys to kind of be a different sense of focus. What's it been like having her this year as a new head coach?
Oh, she's amazing. You could ask any girl on the team. We love our coaches. They've really brought this knowledge of the game. And like you said, they've really pushed us to make sure that we're going to the top of our ability and just they're just so aggressive, but like fun aggressive. Like they're pushing you to make sure you're focused, but yet they're also doing it with a smile on their face, which just feeds off of the whole team. So we're all smiling, but also being very motivated and focused at the same time. And I think that that's how we play our best game is when we're happy, but we're also very motivated and focused.
What was it like having a coaching change your senior year and go back into like those times when it was kind of up in the air on who was going to be the coach, and maybe before you got to really get a chance to know Coach Srensky and really know what he was going to be about in this program? What was that like for you going into your senior year with trying to mentally prepare for maybe building a new relationship with a new coach?
She made it very easy on us to get to know her because at the beginning of the season, it was very the open gyms were very open and it was just open as in like we talked a lot. We talked a lot during the open gyms. And it was just really nice because I came in my sophomore year without playing. We didn't play a whole season my freshman year, but I came into my sophomore year with another new coach. And I thought that it was just, another new opportunity for the whole team to come in and learn and just buy into what the coach was telling us to do because you have to buy in and be a unit as a team for any success to be possible. So it was just we had to all buy in.
When we talked to Coach Srensky earlier as part of her preseason preview of this team, one of the things that she said, which I loved, was that this is kind of her dream job. Like she wanted to coach Western Reserve softball for a long time, and she finally got a hold of it. When you have a coach that acts like that kind of treats you guys like it's a dream job to coach you, what does that do for this team and being able to trust her and trust everything that she's telling you guys?
Well, you can just tell in her attitude at every single practice or every single game that she wants to be there. She is there for us. She is there only to make us better. And it's a whole different feeling because you know that she's truly invested. So you almost have that extra motivation because you know that she's rooting for you 10 times out of 10. So when you go up to bat or you go onto that field, you know that your coach has your back too. And that's just another great feeling to have because your mindset in this game is so important, and I think it just adds so much confidence in us.
All right, back in February, you made a decision on your future on where you were going to go to continue your softball career. For our viewers or your fans that maybe didn't catch that, or maybe have been living under a rock, I don't know, they don't know. Don't want to take that moment away from you, though. Why don't you tell everybody where you're going to be playing at the next 4 years after you get out of Western Reserve?
I have committed to play for Hiram College.
When you were going through your recruitment process, what was it about Hiram College that made it a landing spot that made you know that you wanted to go to that place?
It's a very small college, so the class sizes are very, very small. And academically, it was just my perfect school that I wanted. It has my major that I wanted, which is biomedical humanities, because I want to go for pre med, because I want to become a doctor. And then also, I met the coach, Coach Collins. She is absolutely amazing. Her energy is unmatched. She is so aggressive. She is so happy all the time. She's also their strength and conditioning coach, and I love to lift, and they have a huge lifting program there in their softball program. And just the entire school just feels like a home away from home. And I was just felt so at home as soon as I visited.
The cool thing about Hiram and some of the athletes that we've talked to in the past that have signed to it, it's far enough away that you still get that college experience of being away from home, but not so far away that you feel so like detached from your family. How much did that kind of go into your decision making, knowing that you were going to get that college experience, you were going to be out of the nest per se, but it also wasn't going to be so far that you couldn't come home on a weekend or come home, during a week or whatever it may be, pretty easily.
Yeah, it's only 45 minutes away from my house, maybe close to 40. And it just makes me so happy because my family has been a big part of my softball journey in general. And just knowing that I could come home and, get some tea work with my dad if I felt like it, or just come home and have family dinner with them, or just like come see my friends. It means a lot that I'm only going to be like 45 minutes away, but it's also nice because I am going to get that college experience and be a little bit away from home, that I still get that feeling of being away.
When did playing at the next level become an obtainable goal for you, where you realize this is something I can do, this is something I can work towards, and it really became something that was right there in your goal set?
I'd have to say the start of my sophomore season, it was really like apparent to me that my travel coach started talking to me about it, and I was kind of like, it's always been my dream, but I guess I never thought about like the actual recruiting process and how to get into that and everything. So my travel coach and then my dad, of course, was just talking me into it and being like, "Hey, why don't you start reaching out to some coaches and send them some of your stats, some of your videos?" And it just became like a wow, like I could really be going somewhere if I, reach out and talk to people.
You say it was a dream, it was always a dream, then it became obtainable. So what was it like when you're sitting there, you have the letter in front of you and you sign it, and all that dream and all that hard work is a reality? What was that moment like for you?
Oh, it was surreal. I remember having my whole team there and just thinking like, wow, I've met so many people, met so many coaches, have so many like hours and hours of time putting in work for this, and it was just I can't say anything else, but it was a dream. I still can't believe it's real. I can't wait.
You signed before your season started. What was that like, knowing that you go into your senior season, you know where you're going, you don't have to worry about recruiting or anything like that or impressing coaches, and you can just focus on being the best player you can be at Western Reserve? What was that like, signing before your senior season?
It was awesome. I really liked signing before the season because it gave me some of that relief of, okay, it's done with. You don't have to do it during season. It's not going to be like a center of attention thing during the season, because that's what I didn't want to do. I wanted to get it over with, be done, because I'm very team oriented. and I didn't want any of the highlight of the season to be specifically on me because these girls deserve all the praise in the world. My teammates are amazing. They're amazing people, they're amazing players. They're just they deserve all the highlights ever.
As you're getting ready to graduate, you have to get a little bit reflective and think about your time at Western Reserve, not just with the softball program, but with the school system and with everyone that goes to the school and all the people that work for it. What are going to be some of the things you missed most about the community, about the school system, about being a part of this Western Reserve program?
I'm gonna miss the people. I'm gonna miss the support of just all the teachers, like, are so involved in everything and they know everyone. So when you walk the halls, like, they're always like, "Oh, great game last night," or, "Oh, are you guys going to the game?" And like, there's just so much support of the community, and everybody walking around knows that the football team won, or the volleyball team won, or the basketball team won, or the softball team won. And just it's an amazing experience of just having such a close-knit community that is so supportive in everything we do. And even in academics, like, we're always having award ceremonies and everybody's always being acknowledged for academics as well. So it's an amazing community.
All right, Hannah, before we let you go, I want to give you the chance to kind of thank your support system and all the people that have been there for you throughout your career and kind of the people that you wouldn't be here without. Give them a shout out.
I have to thank my family, my siblings, my mom, my dad. My dad's been since day one, since I started the sport. He's taking me to lessons. He's been my coach. He's been my coach on and off the field. My mom, she's been my rock. She's always there talking with me after I've talked to my dad for 2 hours after a game or after a practice. And my siblings, they come and they support. They've been to countless travel softball tournaments and spend hours just sitting there watching softball. So I have to thank them, of course. And then my coaches, my travel ball coach, Bill Blackie, he has been an amazing guy in my life. He has really pushed me to be the best that I can be and has supported really my entire process of softball. And also my pitching coach, Brett Modig. He's been a great guy to have. He's really brought me back from pitching. I didn't get to pitch my junior year, and I worked all off season, and he has really gotten me to the point that I am now. And I want to go back to my dad. My dad, he has put in so much work with me, so much work, and it makes me so happy that just he is there all the time, whether it's just to talk about stuff, whether it's to look at video film, he'll video for me. He's always sending me videos of how to be better or what stretches to do or what drills to do. He's truly been the best ever. And the both Serensky coaches, they have been amazing this year. I can't give them enough praise. These girls that are coming up for the next few years, getting to play with them are so lucky. They're great coaches, great positive, very good knowledge of the game, and I'm very excited to see where Western Reserve softball goes after my time here.
All right, Hannah, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We wish you the best of luck going forward. We know that you want to keep this undefeated streak going as long as possible. We wish you can, and we wish you the best of luck. We'll see you again real soon.
Thank you.